Shalom, shalom. This is Brother Salak Yasharala. Welcome to my YouTube channel. All praises to the Most High God, Ahchyam, YAHAWASHI. I'm about to do a quick video on the feast days and the new moons. Go over some quick scripture with you guys. Please, like, share, subscribe, the videos to all of the Israelites out there if you are tuned in to this channel. Like I said, my name is Salak Yasharala. This is my YouTube channel, and all praise to the Most High God, Ahchyam, YAHAWASHI. We are in the last days, Israel, and we got to come back to these laws, statutes, and commandments that the Most High told us to abide by and follow. So, if you don't know, this is the month of March, according to the Romans calendar. So, on March 7th at sundown, that was a feast day, and it was the destruction of Nicanor. And then on March 8th at sundown, it was a feast day. It was the Purim, and that doesn't end until tonight, around 6 something in my area on Eastern time. So I don't know what area you're in, but you just have to look where the sun go down at. But for to find out about this feast day, we'll turn to the book of Esther in the 9th chapter, starting at verse 20, and we'll read down to 32. Let me see how I can't turn my camera around. I thought I could, but if you got a King James Version Bible, you can read with me while I read. I'm starting at chapter 9, verse 20. And it says, and it's the book of Esther. It says, verse 20 says, "And Mordecai wrote these things and sent letters unto all the Jews that were in all the provinces of the king Ahasuerus, both nigh and far." 21. "To establish this among them, that they should keep the 14th day of the month Adar, and the 15th day of the same yearly." 22. "As the days wherein the Jews rested from their enemies, and the month which was turned unto them from sorrow to joy, and from mourning into a good day, that they should make them days of feasting and joy, and of sending portions one to another, and gifts to the poor." 23. "And the Jews undertook to do as they had begun, and as Mordecai had written unto them." 24. "Because Haman, the son of Hammedatha, the Agagite, the enemy of all the Jews, had devised against the Jews to destroy them, and had cast Pur, that is, the lot, to consume them and to destroy them." 25. "But when Esther came before the king, he commanded by letters that his wicked device, which he devised against the Jews, should return upon his own head, and that he and his son should be hanged on the gallows." 26. "Wherefore they call these days Purim, after the name of Pur. Therefore, for all the words of this letter, and of that which they had seen concerning this matter, and which had come unto them." 27. "The Jews ordained and took upon them, and upon their seed, and upon all such as joined themselves unto them, so as it should not fail, that they will keep these 2 days according to their writing, and according to their appointed time every year." 28. "And that these days should be remembered and kept throughout every generation." Every generation means forever. "Every family, every province, and every city, and that these days of Purim should not fail from among the Jews, nor the memorial of them perish from their seed. Throughout your generations and throughout your bloodline and through all the seeds should be taught this Purim, which is this feast day. Then Esther the queen, the daughter of Abihail, and Mordecai the Jew, wrote with all authority to confirm this second letter of Purim. And he sent the letters unto all the Jews to the 127 provinces of the kingdom of Ahasuerus with words of peace and truth. 31. To confirm these days of Purim and these times appointed, according as Mordecai the Jew and Esther the queen had enjoined them, and as they had decreed for themselves and for their seed the matters of the fastings and their cry. 32. And the decree of Esther confirmed these matters of Purim, and it was written in the book. Amen. So that was the end of that. So I have let me get this other book. Excuse me. Shalom, shalom. Bear with me if you are tuned in. Trying to get these books in order. I have my Strong's Exhaustive Concordance, and the word Purim is word 6332 in the Hebrew, and in the Greek is 7052. But the word Purim means pure, the lot, pebbles, sticks, or pottery shards that were thrown to make decisions. Plural, Purim, a Jewish festival celebrating God's control over the casting of lots, Purim. So that's what this is about. You know, we the Jews have to keep this feast day. You know, and for all of you, I have the dates right here for the feast days and the new moons. So if you tuned in to this channel and you're looking at this video, you know, since we are, you know, in the Purim right now is March 9th by the Romans calendar. So today the feast day will be ending at a certain time when the sun sets, you know. So, but this started on March 8th for Purim. Like I said, March 7th for the destruction of Nicanor. For April 7th at sundown, we have the Passover of unleavened bread. So you should be reading Exodus chapter 12. May 15th at sundown, we have the days of Simon. So you should be reading 1 Maccabees chapter 13, 32 through 52, and 1 Maccabees 14 and 27. Then on June 6th at sundown, we have the Pentecost. So you should be reading Leviticus 23, 15 through 22, and Acts chapter 2, verses 1 through 6. Then in September the 17th at sundown, you have the memorial blowing of trumpets. You should be reading Leviticus 23 and 23 through 25. Then for September the 27th, we have the Day of Atonement, which is another feast day. And these are all the feast days that I'm reading off to you in the dates. And you'll be reading Leviticus chapter 16 and verse 29. Then October the 2nd at sundown, you have the Feast of Tabernacles. You know, you should be reading Leviticus 23, or, no, I'm not mistaken. Yeah, there's Leviticus 23, 39 through 43. And then on December the 10th at sundown, it's the Feast of Dedication. You should be reading 1 Maccabees chapter 4, 45 through 61, and John chapter 10 and 22. Now those were all the feast days for this year, and I'm gonna be reading over the new moon days. And for the new moon days, you should be reading Psalms 81, 1 through 4. So on March 24th, we have a new moon day. April 22nd, we have a new moon day. May 22nd, you have a new moon day. June 21st, you have a new moon day. July 20th, it's a new moon day. August 17th, it's a new moon day. September the 17th, it's a new moon day. October the 16th, it's a new moon day. November the 15th, it's a new moon day. And December the 14th is a new moon day. So, with that being said, keep the Sabbaths holy. These are high holy days and new moon days. We have to follow the law, statutes, and commandments to the best of our ability. We are in end days. A lot of plagues are going around on the earth right now, especially to these other nations. The Most High, he's putting plagues on a lot of these other nations right now. At first it was the locusts over there in Africa, and you see China and Japan. They are eating all kind of abominable foods. They over there eating bats, dogs, cats, snakes, rats. They just doing all kind of stuff. You see these rivers over there turning the blood red. Those are plagues handed down by the Most High. So it's going to be other stuff going on too. So if you're Israelite, I advise you to keep the Sabbaths, follow the laws, statutes, and commandments, all 613 laws to the best of your ability. Teach your children, and if you have a husband at home, if you're a woman, you have a husband at home, learn from your husband. Love your woman like you love the church, or your wife like you love the church. Ask, in prayer that you stay righteous, stay obedient to this word. Ask for knowledge, wisdom, and strength in His word. Thank the Most High, Ahchyam, YAHAWASHI, that you're Israelite, because you could have been something else. You know what I'm saying? I have a Facebook page also and an IG page, but, there's a lot of stuff that they filter off of that you can't post. So I don't know about this YouTube stuff, but, I'm just trying to put up information that I come across for all the Israelites that don't know. So, like I said, all praises to the Most High God, YAHAWASHI. If you're Israelite, these are the things that you are supposed to be doing, that we need to be doing. And with that being said, Shalom, Shalom. All praises.